Cause they thought I'd never make it. See me fall down and they celebrate it. Learn how to win with no demonstration. Pop box the cool got a ventilated. Cause I can't see shit out on 95.
Prolific little bitch, I see dollar signs.
The shit I done seen got me traumatized. Tryna clear all the pain in my mama's eyes. And my daughter, she watching me closely. Tryna better myself like I should be. Had to chill out with all of that street shit. I came a long way, but don't push me. Rest in peace to my bro, it ain't right though. 20 bills, nothing that's life sense. Hit that bitch when I turn out the lights off.
Check.
Take it away, bro.
We were back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode number 1. We got season 3 kickoff right here with the one and only Rated Miami. Let me tell you guys. We got my boy Donaldo. We got Julie in the house. Hey. Rated Miami, guys. Make sure you're gonna check them out. We're gonna drop all the links and everything down below. Sure. Welcome, guys. Again, Rated Miami sneaker, the hottest sneaker store. I don't care. Yeah, I'm biased. I don't give a fuck. Fight me, yo. Nah, Rated Miami. Welcome to Prolific Podcast. As always, your boy Berto.
It's your boy Will.
Don't worry.
All right, so this is an inside thing. I hate intros, so I always try and just have him intro me because I just hate it's your boy. I don't know. I just weird like that.
It's just the anticipation of like,
Well, you got to close it out then.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll try. This new season, so maybe I should.
Switch it up a little bit. Take a little bit more control. Take initiative.
You're right.
Tired.
You're right. When you're right, you're right. Right?
But what happens when I'm always right? I'm just righter.
Nah, then maybe you need to check yourself.
Okay. Moving on. All right, so guys, season opener. Thanks you guys again for pulling up. Definitely wanted to reach out to you guys. You guys are doing a lot right now for the culture, for our age group, for Miami. So just want to get a little bit of your insight. Let's get right into it. I mean, Rated. Talk to us about Rated. First of all, where did Rated, the name, even come from? I haven't even asked you that. All the years that I've known you, I'm like, where did it even come from? Like, what does that even stem from?
But before anything, we also want to extend, a thank you for allowing us to come in and talk on your platform.
Of course, you don't have to sound all.
No.
Like you can, Donaldo, you can be yourself, my nigga.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
HR is
my
coming
nigga. First of all,
some things gotta be kept serious. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but this is serious. But this is our demographic, and this is what we bring to the table.
You got the customer service voice.
Yeah, I'm
no. So and there's a reason I'm expressing my gratitude. It's because there are so many stores in South Florida, so many guys that are in this industry, and so many people that share the same interest and passion in what we do. And for you guys to select us out of everybody else really means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
respect.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Always
respect.
What was the question?
Where did the name Rated come from? Like, how did you guys come to the agreement of say we're gonna call this Rated? Because it's such a unique name. Like, a lot of people have two names or something with sneaker or something boutique. Like, it's just Rated Miami. It's catchy, but it works. It works.
Yeah, I'll tell you. We there's no we didn't come up with this name under any rhyme or reason. We were literally, I'll tell you, I don't think we haven't talked about this in a minute. No. So it's kind of cool to reminisce.
You heard it first on Prolific Podcast, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You heard it first on Prolific Podcast. Just putting it out there. My bad.
Yes, sir. No, we were literally we had moved out the first place that I moved in with my girlfriend, and we had moved in with Julie, 2-bedroom apartment, I remember, and we just came up with this idea about opening the shop, and it just came to us, during the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? People had really a lot of time to think, and we thought about opening a shop, so that's just the way it worked out. But in all honesty, and I want to give a shout out to Alan, who's our other guy,
our partner Alan, holding it down at the store right now, so they can come through and do the show. Appreciate you, Alan.
The MVP right there. But want to give a shout out to Alan, and we were just sitting in our apartment one day, and we literally had a notebook out, and we were just thinking of names. Like, we were just like, brainstorming, like, what's something that, you know what I'm saying, is really going to resonate? What's something that's different? You know what I'm saying? And, there's an MIA and everything nowadays, especially now here in South Florida, but, we definitely wanted to incorporate that flavor into the name. And so that's why we added that extension of the MIA. But I'll tell you, there's no, like, we were just yelling out names, and I think I had said, somebody had said something to the effect of, oh, well, like, what if somebody got raided? Or like a raid, like a police raid, and I don't know if we're talking about. I don't know. The conversation of drugs came up or something. I don't know.
Nigga shit came up.
Yeah, nigga shit came up, man.
It's like, yo, I'll give you the Jordan 1s for a break. It's like,
yeah, brick. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, bingo. That's it right there.
That's exactly how it happened. Somebody mentioned drugs. Next thing you know, somebody mentioned getting raided, and next thing you know, I was like, it just clicked, and we were just like, that's how raided came up. So y'all heard it first.
all right. I have a question for you guys in the sense of, in the world that we're in right now, in the sense of, e-commerce and stuff like that. What made you guys move towards brick and mortar? Like, is there a specific reason, or it was just like that's just how it kind of planned out?
Because you guys started online first. You were doing the eBay and everything.
We started selling used shoes. Like, we will go out, buy them, clean them, and we will do everything, from our apartment. And nothing was planned. Absolutely nothing at all. And not even opening a store. We didn't have plans to open a store. I was sleeping. He had gotten home from I don't know where. Him and Alan bumped into him and Alan bumped into someone, and they got home and they're like, "Yo, we're opening a store." Da, da, da. And I'm like, I bet. No details. No where we're gonna get the money. How we're gonna make it happen. Everyone telling us, oh, that's not a good idea. Miami's saturated, this and that. And that's something actually that stuck. Someone told them that we couldn't start or we couldn't open the store unless we had, $500,000, $200,000 to, like, actually. And we're like.
Is that for, like, the location, or is that for inventory?
In general, like, the person that we initially wanted to open with, or the person that came with the, not the idea, but like, hey, let's do this. Was actually like, no, I'm only doing this if we have X amount of money.
But with that location? Or
With
you mean in general?
In general.
Oh,
in general. And we say, you know what? The person, at the end of the day, the person was just like out of the picture. It didn't work out. And we said, fuck this shit. Let's just, hey, can you...
Of course you do. You know what the fuck you want. It's prolific, baby.
I'm sorry.
You'll learn very quickly. Wait until I start talking.
What's that mean? You keep something, you gonna fuck around and find out?
Yeah.
That's a Florida thing.
Yeah, the whole like, if you keep fucking around, you're gonna find out.
Yeah,
you're gonna find out.
Look, this is we do this shit to be authentic. Like, this is just conversation, be yourself. And I love the fact that you're saying that story of how you came up with the name and everything, because it's so real. Like,
absolutely,
you guys just brainstorming and shit, one little thing came up and there it is.
And honestly, that's how great things I feel like usually just start. It's just like, fuck it, let's do it. Like a let's open a store. All right, cool.
Yeah. And to be quite honest, I mean, we all did it on the brink of, it was prime pandemic, and
rough time.
It was a rough.
What was gonna happen?
It was a rough time.
The world was shut down.
It was
and you're like, but can we flip this easy though? Like,
the world was literally on pause, and I think that because of the pandemic, I think the e-commerce, back to your question, really started popping off. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that companies realized how, this is just my perspective, how good the economy was at the time, where, people were like, okay, well, I'm at home, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to log online and just start buying shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. I got a little money saved up, you know what I'm saying? I'm not wasting money on gas. I'm not wasting money on laundry. We're all working remote, you know what I'm saying? The clubs are done. Excuse me, I have to put the mic closer to the thing. Sorry. These things are heavy. So
we're working on it, all right?
Yeah, I wasn't lying.
Sponsor us, man. We get that shit
quicker. Facts. But damn, man, you made me lose my train of thought when we're talking about this.
No, about the e-commerce and all that.
Yeah, so and then people just had money to spend, and it was just like one of those things where companies were like, okay, now we don't know where this is headed. We're gonna start liquidating products. And that's exactly what started happening. Nike started liquidating products, Foot Locker, everybody. I remember I was getting retros for pair of retros for like 120, 100.
And discounts were hitting.
Yo, it was incredible.
Yes.
Where were you buying them though? Like eBay or just like straight?
Everywhere.
Like it was.
I mean, honestly, because you guys are in this, and I'm literally the outsider right now.
He just got those Blazers.
Yeah, I got these. I
got them for the show.
And they're like, and these exactly. I was like, hey, Berto, are these cool?
I was like, how much you pay for them? Because if you pay more than $80, you're a dumbass.
No, honestly, bro, like I've never, I mean, when I was younger, I was, but I'm really not like, I don't know. I'm just who I am, I guess. I don't know. But I'm not really familiar with this world.
Sure.
So I don't know if like you guys go on like, you know, Craigslist or some shit and like, obviously that's OD, but like,
no, it's
eBay,
not.
No, it's not. It's actually.
Yeah. So the beautiful thing, and I'm so glad Julie mentioned that, like, we built, you know, this store, the foundation of this store was built on selling used sneakers. The market for used sneakers right now, it's incredible. And I mean, there's stores out there even locally who primarily sell pre-owned product because it just sells so well. And, you know, a pair of sneakers that you can afford because, you know, they're X amount in market value, whatever it is, you find a clean pair for half the price or a third of the price or whatever it is, and you found a bargain, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's so many different facets within the sneaker industry where, you know, there's sneaker cleaning and, you know what I'm saying, there's guys who are literally picking up, you know, your sneakers and cleaning them and dropping them back off. Like, there's just so much going on.
Regluing them.
All that. You're restoring sneakers. Like,
yeah.
it's become this huge thing. You know, just off, and it's a shared passion. It's a beautiful thing to see because, you know, whether or not you're a sneakerhead, you still wear sneakers. You still need sneakers. They're a part of your everyday life. And so,
I mean, I could see the art in it, like in the sense of like turning something that maybe is like used up and then like cleaning it and doing the regluing and all that stuff and just making it like something else and being able to sell it.
right.
I mean, I could appreciate that,
Absolutely.
even though I'm not in the game.
No, but it I think it resonates with any other industry. Like, think about reselling homes. You know what I'm saying? You buy cooked up homes, you know, best real estate agent in the game, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Berto.
Shout out to Berto.
I can sell your house.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's talk after the show.
But Berto knows damn well, you know, that there's a lot of guys who have been, you know, buying up cooked homes, you know what I'm saying, fixing them up and reselling them. And it's the same thing with the sneaker industry.
And that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand that because when I got into the sneaker game, like 10 years later, I started buying like reused sneakers. But people will be like, "Oh, those are clean. Oh, did you just get them?" Like, yeah, I just got them, but they're like from 2001. You know, in 2010, they were like, well, "What do you mean reused? Like, this is part of that culture, right? Like that pre-owned. Like, no, but I've always wanted these, but you can't find them because back in the days, Jordan wouldn't release sneakers all the time. So like when a pair of ones came out, and you're like, "Oh shit, I need those," but like, you know, it's just, again,
The only pair of Jordans that I remember that were, to me,
for me,
was the big thing for me was it was the Raptors and the Magics, that the package that came together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sevens.
When was that?
7-pack. That must have been
2010?
2011.
2012.
I remember, yeah, I got those and I was just like, I wore them everywhere. And that was honestly like, I think the last pair of Jordans that like a package like that I bought. But those were like big time.
And mind you, there were 375, 350?
No,
they came out with the
packs
countdown
at
package?
the time, no, they were 300.
300, okay.
They were 300.
330 or some shit.
No, 330.
Yeah, 330 with tax.
something like that. Yeah, it's 325, 330.
So a lot of people wouldn't be able to do that. Like $300 on sneakers was like,
I didn't buy it.
because remember before the sneaker flipping, like sneakers were retail 175, 150.
At the time, yeah, and I've been. I mean, you know, this passion for me specifically started back in 2000.
Don't go there. That's gonna be a question. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Ask
Anyway,
them.
anyway.
And then I mean, all right.
You already know I'm going with this.
Come on, bro.
Continue with it. So how did you get into the game, D? And like, what sneaker put you onto the game? Because we all, you know, as sneakerheads, we always had that one sneaker that we're just like, man, I want these shits so bad.
Yeah.
But then you fall in love with having that fresh pair of shoes that everywhere you walk, people break your neck. So like,
I want to know everyone's favorite sneaker, but answer that question. But I want to know everyone's favorite.
Okay, so we got a backup question. All right, so so I can tell you early on, I grew passion for sneakers because I had a friend of mine who, at the time, his family was doing really well because his dad was a drug dealer. And his dad, yeah,
Well,
shout out to
you know what I'm saying? We're
shout out to
Miami, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
They hold the economy down.
Yeah, they sure do.
Drug dealers.
They held our store down too. But anyway, no. But in all seriousness, damn, I forgot again where I was going with this.
your favorite sneaker.
Service sneaker. So
that brought you
I
to the game.
remember where kid would have. He had, it was my friend, and then he had two little brothers. They're almost like family. And I don't want to name drop right now, but
Definitely not.
no. So their dad used to buy them all the new Jordans, every release. You know what I'm saying? He was that guy back in the day where he would buy for the whole family size run. And he would get all the sneakers. And I wasn't into sneakers like that at the time. It was more like I was more into video games and things like that. But I started noticing the kind of shit that his dad was buying him, and I was like, I gotta have that shit in my feet too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's some fire shit. But at the time, you know what I'm saying? You know, my mom, you know, she raised me, you know, single income, you know, home or whatever, and I just didn't have the means to do that. But I can tell you, my first sneaker that was purchased for me that was over $100 was the Kobe. I believe it's a Kobe 1, the Adidas prototype Kobe 1. That was a shoe, was $125, and my father bought them for me. Shout out, Dad. And I think that once I put that shoe on, and this is prior to when I was a kid and my mom used to buy sneakers for me, right? This is when I decided on my own, okay, I'm gonna get myself in the sneaker game, and that was the first shoe that I bought, and after that, it was, you know, I started watching a lot of basketball, started watching T-Mac, bought his sneakers. And then it just took off after that. But I remember, and I hate to prolong this, but I remember when I was a kid, I didn't know much about shoes, but I knew that I had to have a shoe with an air bubble in it, and it had to be a Nike. It didn't matter if it was an Air Max. It didn't matter if it was a Griffey. It didn't matter if it was a Penny. But when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying, little kid growing up, I know that I didn't like the Jordans. You know, it had to be an air bubble. Yeah. And then when I started making that decision, then I started expanding into other sneakers, and then now, like, you know, just the rest is history. Yeah. You know.
So what is your favorite? Like, what sneaker got you into it?
I didn't really get into sneakers until we started the store.
So what's your favorite? What's your sneaker that makes you love this?
So the reason for that is I grew up in New York City, and my parents are, you know, the typical Dominicans.
Ellos son malditos yo en el diablo, coño.
You know, no, but
I'm going to buy you some Shacks at Marshalls.
The problem is that in New York, you know, in the 80s, you wear a pair of Jordans or any expensive sneaker, you will get jumped. Yeah. You know, they'll take them off. So that was always, I would take the trains to school. So my mother's fear was always, oh my God, they're going to jump you. Te van a hacer un hold up.
Por eso jodió tenis.
Un hold up. My whole life, I'm like, un hold up. And just the other day, I realized it was a hold up, but it's fine. It was just, te van a holopía. Del diablo.
O te lo quita, o te lo quito.
Yeah. So then, whatever, like, it never became part of, like, who I was, or it was never important to me. When I moved to Miami, and we decided to open the store and stuff, I didn't know the difference between Jordan 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't know. You know, and we've been doing this roughly for 2.5 years, and ever since, my collection has grown a lot. I have a lot.
How many pairs you got? Or what's the most amount of pairs you ever had? Put it that way.
No, how many pairs she has?
No, because if she could have had more pairs in the past.
No. I've never, like, I started.
Oh, you started with the store.
I started with the store.
So what's the most amount of pairs of sneakers you have?
I think right now I have roughly 80 to 100 pairs. Yeah, but that's in between J's and Yeezys.
Oh yeah, sneakers.
Yeah, in general. Yeah.
So then, question for you: how do you feel like, you know, and this is with all due respect, like, as a female in the shoe game, it's like predominantly like a man's thing, you know, like wearing Jordans and stuff like that, or like that game. How do you feel like as a woman being in this industry, like, and having a business that's a predominantly male industry?
I feel like in every industry, women are just bringing down doors. We're just kicking ass. I think this is like, you know, shout out to every woman before us, every generation before us who have actually done the work. I personally don't feel like I've done anything yet to, like, make a difference or, like, take credit, but I aspire to eventually at one point of my life. But women right now are just breaking down barriers. They're just doing their things, and we are not apologizing for anything. We're not apologizing for being bitchy or being. It is what it is. This is what we are. This is who we are, and we're just gonna, So this is really exciting, and I know that I have the opportunity to make a difference. And I think a lot about when they write articles about us. When I see my picture, like with my story. I don't know what the story will be yet, but I think about that a lot, and I hope. And I know that in the future we are, going to make it to that point. And I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I'm just curious because, I mean, like I said, like it's a predominantly male industry. So It's like when you see a woman, I mean, I get curious of like, how you feel being in that. So what's the sneaker that changed you? Like, what's the sneaker that got you into it?
I liked Jordan 1s, but my favorite before that is Air Max.
Mine was the Air Max.
Yeah.
What about you, Berto?
Come again?
What was like the Jordan or the sneaker that got you into it?
Okay, so when I was old enough to start buying my own sneakers was in high school. I was working at Steak and Shake. Shout out to Steak and Shake. Making like $60 a day. But when I was able to afford a sneaker, my first pair of sneakers that I bought, that I started getting like attention, and I was like, yo, this is really like a thing. Like people really looking at my sneakers, asking me where I got them, was Royal Blue Air Force One Lows Canvas. Okay. Remember the canvas ones?
Yes.
They came out with baby blue, royal blue, a red, I think like a Valentine's or some shit like that. Those were the first pair. But the first pair of sneakers that I fell in love with the game was the Bred 11s. And this was when I was in middle school. Because I had also had a friend, parents of drug dealers.
Always turns
Damn,
back.
I almost shouted out his name. I was like, shout out. Oh, shit.
It always leads back.
But he would rock the Jordan 11s, like the Bred 11s, and play ball with them and like crispy. And I'm like, damn, those shoes look nice. My parents could never afford that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, or they could have, but they never would have bought me that. Like, si pesos esos tenis, tú estás loco. No. Take your ass to fucking Kmart or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, so I fell in love with the 11s, but I really started my collection with Uptowns, with Air Forces.
All right. The only ones, well, not the only ones, the ones that I remember, obviously the Raptors were like one of my favorites, but the ones that I loved were, I was in high school when I was playing basketball with I think they were white and navy blue. I don't know.
6 rings, I think that was
2007.
2007.
Yeah.
2006, 2007. I remember the first colorway, I think it was the Bred colorway or something like that.
And then they made the aqua ones.
Oh, no, well, no, they had the
Concords. The Concords. Yeah, the Concords were the first ones.
Yes, Concords.
Concords are black and white.
Those were the ones I had them for basketball, and I just, bro.
But they're so uncomfortable.
I didn't give a shit.
you see, look, there's different type of sneakerheads, right? Like, I call myself an old school sneakerhead because I rock shoes that I like, not what's hype. Right? Yeah. That's always been my motto.
I like them. I mean, I didn't know if they were the shit. I mean, I didn't give.
The thing is that like you have people that like I only wear Jordans that Jordan wore. I'm very biased when it comes to that. Okay. So like no disrespect to the 6 rings. I know the 6 rings. I remember they were like the Dub Zeros, like that whole like Dub Zero 6 rings, like. That push was a great push, but to me, I was like, oh, I'm not interested because I know Jordan didn't wear that. So to me, it was like I grew up watching Jordan, so that was like, nah, I want to wear only like the Breds or like whatever colorway he wore with the Wizards. Yeah, I wouldn't go outside of the colorways, the original color.
The beautiful thing about the 6 rings and the Dub Zero is that it's a culmination of all, not all, but most of the retro models that he particularly wore. Yeah. So I think of all the Team Jordans, those really stood out because they resembled so much like the retros. Now, I know that you mentioned the Breds, but I know you guys had asked me before, but I don't think I'd answered. My favorite shoe has got to be the Concord, the Jordan 11 Concord. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shoe is what I tell everybody. I got a pair sitting in my closet where it's like, yo, God forbid, you know what I'm saying, I lose my life. I need those on my feet when you put me in the coffin. Yes.
My boy's fresh, professional from the neck to the ankles, and then just some J's.
But Concords is definitely that's the shoe that changed it all.
I feel like the 11s were just such a signature shoe. Like so much happened with the 11s. Space Jam came out. He was wearing the 11s.
Yes.
96, 97, he got rings. He was wearing the 11s. Like that shoe. That's why I said the Bred 11s, because when I saw the Bred 11s, I was like, damn, like that's when he was killing it in Chicago in the 90s.
Absolutely.
So like that's what like my era of me watching basketball starting to get into the game. So you're saying the 11s.
And the Breds, and it's funny because back then there were a lot more stringencies. They were a lot more strict with the color combinations with your sneakers. So you couldn't wear an outrageous color on your sneakers, like the band. Remember the band ones or whatever. Yeah. So the bread, I remember the Chicago Bulls would wear, anytime they wore white jerseys at home, they would have to wear black sneakers. So every time he wore the bread 11s, 9 times out of 10 he was playing at home. And so I think that gave it so much, more. But then, he would rock Concords or other colorways when he was playing away, and he was shitting on everybody. So it's like that bread colorway stood because it was such a staple for the Chicago community. And then the rest of the colorways just blew up because it was just such a futuristic looking shoe, and he was busting everybody's asses with it. Like, that was prime time Jordan when he was rocking those sneakers. Guys,
talk to me a little bit about, like, I know both of you, actually all three of you guys, all three partners, going back to the store. I want to know, and I don't know if you've been asked this before, but knowing you guys personally, I know you guys all had careers. Like, can I name drop your career prior to this? Okay, I don't know. Just I mean, I don't know your title, but I know I know what you guys, you and Alan, just say Alan, you and Alan both were like University of Miami. You were HR. Like, it's a huge career to have, right? Julie, I forgot what, but I know you were like in not nursing,
sleep
but
medicine.
Okay, sleep. Oh, that's right. I was about to go get checked because I couldn't sleep and all this shit. Yes. But I found weed and God. So
thank God. That's important though.
And shrooms.
But no, I mean, a question that I did have for you guys, because I was curious about is like, what made you guys pull that leap with everything that was going on with the pandemic? Now we're going into recession. Like, who said, you know what, let's go all in? At what point did you guys say, let's go all in and leave your job? Because a lot of people are not ready to leave a 9-to-5 for something that they have that pays the bills. But security. You guys did that. You guys made that leap. So how did you guys come to that realization and say, hey, you know what? We got to go all in, and we got to leave what we have that's kind of holding us back a little bit?
We did it in sections, I'll say, in parts. Once we knew that we were going to have the opportunity to open the store, like I said, all of this was really spontaneous. We were selling online. We were doing good. We were doing our thing. Then the location that we have became available. It happened. So once we knew that was going to happen, we had already come to the conclusion that one of us had to be at the store. And Alan was the first one to say, you know what? I got this. This is what needs to be done.
Alan had been dying to leave that job.
Facts.
But he put in the faith, He's like, I'll do what I have to do. I'll figure out what
Which
I
is
have
a sacrifice.
To figure out.
It's a sacrifice.
And him and I were like, you know what? And then we'll back you up also. And all right, fine, let's do this. I believe 3 or 4 months after, I was at work, and then I just went downstairs. And then I just never went back to my job.
She's like, I'm going on a smoke break. Just disappeared.
And the crazy thing is that my former employer, it's right across from the store. So like I see him every day.
So wait, so you never put a notice?
Never.
But you see them every day?
Every day.
Y no te demandaron? Like
it just happened, It's like, hey, look, it is what it is. Things actually got a little crazy for me at work. So I was like, listen, it was time, and it just happened. And then, later on with time, Donald's, we kept working. We kept doing what we had to do. We kept figuring it out. And then Donald was like, hey, it's my turn. And he just did his thing, and he ended up leaving. Yeah. So, but it was one after the other.
Yeah. So it was like you guys took a calculated risk. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, fuck it, we're going in.
Not really, though. It's not really that calculated. I mean, obviously, they went in transition.
Yeah, in transition, but it's still, like, for 3 friends, because you guys were friends before any of this, for 3 friends to say, hey, listen, Alan, for example, he left, and again, he was part of UM. Like,
no, well, actually, to clarify that, Alan had to work for UM, and then at some point he left, and then he started working for Mount Sinai.
Oh, for Mount Sinai, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But whatever. Yes. Point is that it's still a huge... like employer, it's a huge employer. Mount Sinai, Miami, and UM, like all these are big institutions that are. You can't just I'm gonna wake up and leave work. Like like you got to think about your benefits, think about your pay,
and these are secure jobs.
Secure jobs,
with benefits. Like you said, 401k, the whole 9 yards. So it's like, damn, I'm gonna health insurance.
Yeah, the shit.
At the beginning, we're like, what are we gonna do? And it's like you have to start looking for private insurance. Because life comes at you fast. And you have insurance, nothing happens. the day that you don't have insurance, that's it.
Yep.
That's it. Your life is like in danger. So, sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying that it was a lot to take in, but we said we're gonna do this. We have a lot of faith in our business. We have a lot of faith in what we're doing. We have a lot of trust in each other. We each have our own thing. When one is down, the other one picks the other up, and when one is doubting, the other relax. We'll take it. Take your time. Step aside. Do what you have to do. So we're really lenient with each other. We try to figure things out, and that has given us the reassurance that we need. So, like, listen, it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what economy we're under.
It's
it doesn't
us
matter.
against them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Us against them.
It doesn't matter. Say está lloviendo. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We just know that this is gonna happen, and we're gonna make it work, and we're just gonna grow and take it from there.
Yeah. So you essentially answered my question. I was gonna ask you, like, how has your friendship either gotten better, or maybe, you know, you have to be real, like, okay, it's gotten kind of weird because, like, you're mixing friendship with business, you know.
No, I mean, sometimes it happens because we don't always agree, which is also healthy. You don't have to. And besides, if you always agree on the same thing, then things don't evolve. So it's good, you know, to have different opinions. And, you know, sometimes most of the time, Donald's always moving. Donald likes to be here. He likes to be there.
Oh, I know. We set up today, but I had to send an email and a bird to your house to get a response from Donald.
I didn't even know that this was
Oh, you just found out today?
No, so I think on Friday he's like, oh, by the way, we have an appointment on Tuesday. I'm like, okay. He had already. I was about to say, I'm tired. I'm not going. But he had given his word. So if he had given his word for me, then that's it.
Man of his
That's
word.
big. That's big.
That he gave his word, so that's it. Like, let's make this happen. So it's been a process, but I feel like every day we make it, you know, we improve. We try to elevate each other and just try to figure things out.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, I mean, do you want to go into the segment?
Yeah, we could do the segment.
So this season, we're starting a new segment called Asking for a Friend. So it's pretty much just people writing in. We put up on our socials this morning, like people that, you know, asking them to send in advice that they'd like or questions or whatever. And then we just touch base on it. You know, we talk about it, make fun of it.
Off topic from what we're talking about with the store and all.
Okay.
That. We'll have you guys chime in.
We're gonna answer it, and then you guys, you guys give your little, 2 cents from the peanut gallery over there.
Okay.
So we got quite a few. I was actually pretty surprised.
Got some good ones. We got some good ones.
We got some good ones, but I just picked the 3 that I felt like were just because I wanted to. So
I picked the one that I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. Don't tell me what to do. All right. So the first one we have here is how to stay consistent during the ups and downs on the pursuit of happiness. This kind of can go with you guys too. So I'll have you guys touch up on it. Bert, I'll let you go first. How to stay consistent during the ups and downs on the pursuit of happiness.
How to stay consistent. Think about the overall goal. It's so easy to say, right? It's so easy to say. I mean, everybody goes through. I'm going through ups and downs right now. You're going through. Everybody goes through ups and downs. Like, life wouldn't be life if what is it? What's the saying? Something with rain and sunshine or something like that.
What, the rainbows?
No, like life wouldn't. It's a 50 Cent, man. 50 Cent.
Hate it or love it.
Whatever. I missed analogies. Fucking tequila's kicking in.
Yeah.
I missed the analogy. But,
Many men want death on me.
But it was something like something along the lines of like he said death wouldn't be easy because death is gotta be easy because life is, but he said something else about rain and sun, whatever. I'll figure it out later. I'll text you. Yeah, but I think my answer to that is just really like just think about the overall goal. Like think about the why. Think about the why. Why do you get up every day? Besides getting money, like what is it that some people just pursue money? In my case, I mean, I have daughters. Everybody knows that. So like I have to get up because I have 2 people, 2 human beings relying on what I do that's going to set them up 5-10 years from now. So,
I mean, I would say like I've always just tried to find pleasure in the journey. Like I love the journey. Like when you hear like a lot of people talk about that are already successful, it's like, I wish I can go back to that stage of the building, like the process. And I don't know. I feel like I've always resonated with that because I know where I'm going to end up. But it's like, and I get impatient myself, so I can't bullshit and be like, I don't get like this sometimes where I feel like, damn, if this is going to happen or not. But I've always found joy, like, this is me building, and I want to soak in everything that I'm learning and the bad shit I'm going through, the good shit I'm going through, because it's like at the end of the day, whatever bad shit happens, I always say like it's just gonna make for a better story, like a better book. Like I'm writing a book, so it's just like everything is just adding to that book to make it even better, you know, than what it is the day before.
Stuff.
And again, it doesn't have to do with anything with the store. Just your personal opinion about your personal life, the store, in general.
I feel like when things are down, especially when things are down, is when you have to be the more in connection, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, with God, with the universe or whatever, because it's easy to believe when things are going right. Mm-hmm. But in all reality, when things are going bad or when we think it's bad, lately I've been actually looking forward to the hiccups of life, mm-hmm. because those are the turning points. And I feel like, and I look back, usually the things in your life that hurt you or that bring you down, if you don't learn from it, I feel like they continue to happen. Yep. Mm-hmm. Life just puts you in that setting. It's either you're going to learn or you're going to go through it. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning. Yeah. I'm learning because there's a lot of shit that I don't want to go through again. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if you trust yourself and you trust God or the universe or the vibe or whatever it is that you want to call it, and you hold on to that, that's my secret, and that's my way of dealing with things.
The faith.
I want to piggyback real quick on her.
Damn, fool.
No, because I don't want to interrupt your time. Lose my train of thought.
Donaldo's fixing his tie.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, she's wrapping up. I'm about to go.
I'm trying not to forget what the fuck I'm trying to say.
No. No, because he does that shit. He'll forget.
I remember.
No. I just wanted to, and I don't want to sound like, cliche or whatever the fuck, but just going back to what Julie said, like, I strongly believe in this, like, saying, this quote, whatever, like, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers.
Yes.
So, like, based on what you said, like, yeah, when things are going good, it's easy to be like, everything is great. I'm blessed. But like, let's talk about, like, if something happens right now, how you going to keep that same energy? Or are you going to be like, oh no, everything's fuck God, and no, God doesn't have my back, because people do that.
Yes.
So that's why I just wanted to mention that, because she she pointed on that, and I believe in that. Like, when things are going good, it's very easy to be like, yeah, like, we're good. Yeah. But when things are bad, are you going to go back to, like, how strong is your belief? You know what I mean?
But when you say God doesn't have my back, he doesn't have your back. But when you say he has my back, he has your back. Exactly. So it's your determination. You pretty much.
Or your perception of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a saying. I'll let you go after.
No.
He's about to forget. He's about to forget. You got 30 seconds.
It's just a saying. It's just a saying. Like,
but I started like
that's a saying. I'm like, shut the fuck up. There's a saying of like, when you win, like you celebrate, and when you fail, you ponder. So the most lessons that you learn is you ponder when you lose. Mm-hmm. So that's when you learn. That's where the learning comes from. So when when you win, you're only celebrating. You're happy. So just that.
Yeah, I think that's important. But I mean, in reality, the way I see it, I think it's.
I can't even hold the mic.
He's like, yo, my
nigga's gonna come back and break, like, yo,
fucking hold this right here, my knee and shit. Like, no, in all seriousness, I think it's you choosing to stick to your belief in the pursuit of happiness, because I think that, and I've learned this through my transition from a 12-year steady job to jumping into a business, you know what I'm saying, and taking that risk. It's all about, at the end of the day, your happiness, your mindset, and how certain situations, certain circumstances make you feel. And I think happiness overall is the end game, to me at least, in whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? You can still be a good parent and not be with your significant other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can still, you know what I'm saying, contribute to your friend's business without spending $1 in it, So it's like, what things can you do to better yourself during those times, and what can you do to help those around you in hopes that that energy kind of reciprocates. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I mean, you know, more than anything, it's just sticking again to what you believe in, because if you don't, then I mean, you have no direction in where it is that you're going in life or in anything. And so I just think that you need to stick to the plan no matter what. No matter what, there's always obstacles. I mean, there isn't life without obstacles.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? Preach. And so just stick to it, man. You know, like it's gonna happen no matter what.
Now, I want to go back to the store also, because I know Julie mentioned it, because she said, you know, you guys have been in the game for so little, but in what, 2.5 years? You've officially,
yes.
How long rated? Like now, like you know,
so like we make a year. We opened rated the store on November 6th of last year.
So it hasn't been a year yet.
But
so we're talking about next week.
Yeah. It's gonna be a year next
party
week.
back over here.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the anniversary.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
as far as like the business itself, it's been on 2 years. When because remember
yes.
you guys started the eBay and all that stuff before, and
Absolutely.
So like, what would you guys say you guys are doing different? Like with so much competition, quote unquote, which there is no competition. Nah, but with everything going on, just the saturation of the sneaker game.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think what would you guys say you guys are doing different to stay relevant?
Prices.
Right?
You can go, I swear to God, go to any store here in Miami, any state, and compare our prices. And
Any
actually,
state you're
that's not even because of me. That's because of him. Because I can sell. I can freaking sell.
Yeah.
And I don't have a price cap. Like, he is more of a, if you want to shop and a bargain, go look for him. Go look. He loves that. Yeah. But the prices. I believe that we are really fair in keeping it fair, you know, in the market, making it easy for our customers. We go ahead. We go above and beyond. Sometimes we go pick up a shoe for a customer where we don't even make, you know, much sometimes.
But you're doing it for the service.
But we do it for the service.
Which is big.
Yeah, which in the end speaks more than anything.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I'm a firm believer also, like I mean, I respect anybody selling and how they sell and what they sell and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect any of it because it takes a certain type of person and a certain type of determination and drive to sell something to someone. Mm-hmm. And I respect it so much, you know, whether it's drugs or whatever, you know, whether you're selling homes, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, the fact that you go out there and you're hustling to try to sell a product to someone, not anybody can do that. Yeah. And, you know, I have some serious respect for that. And, you know, aside from the pricing, I also think like service is a huge bonus in what we do for our customer base, because you know, I myself go into consignment shops from time to time, you know, just to see the competition and what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you're not doing it, then
Secret Santa shopping, you know?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
I mean, you look at all the greats. Like, look
listen,
at people in sports and everything. Like,
absolutely.
Jordan, he studied. You know, like Isaiah Thomas's tapes. You know what I mean? Like, Kobe studied Jordan.
Of course.
Like, it's healthy to bring out the...
But in Miami, and I'm going to cut you off, but in Miami, like...
Don't do it again.
You know what I'm saying? I might get kicked off the show.
For 30 days.
Nah, but in Miami, I mean, people are so quick to take offense to certain things. Yep. And on the contrary, like, we're so open to, like, working with anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this is such a big industry. It's a $4 billion industry. There's plenty of money for everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? There's enough to go around and all that. And, you know, everybody's become a reseller nowadays. You know what I'm saying? There isn't one person that's like, yo, they get a pair of sneakers. They hit on a pair of sneakers. Oh, my God. What did they make on these?
I got pandas. That
the
panda shit.
Yo.
Everybody
Oh,
wants a
my
pair of
God.
pandas.
Mind you, they're having a restock next week.
Yeah,
next week.
The fourth.
No, this week. That's
the
this week.
The fourth. I'm putting y'all in game. The 4th. You know what I'm saying?
Don't hit them up for no discount, so the shit's going to be at full
On the
price.
Nike app, by the way.
If you ain't getting a Nike app, you know I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get a size 11, though. You know what I'm saying?
Berto just like slides over a piece of paper.
I haven't hit on them shits. I don't know why.
Wait, no one does.
I don't understand it
No
though.
one does.
How many
And they
pandas? All right, so
release
pandas
them.
are dunks. Dunks are.
I know.
Okay.
Those
No,
are
just-
the only ones because I see everybody.
Even
Yes.
the sneakerhead, the people that aren't sneakerheads know what pandas are.
All right,
Like-
so are you guys prepared for this release? Like, I don't know how that goes.
Dude, the markets, these are recession proof, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's different ways. Yeah, you can prepare for a release, but a shoe like that that's coming out that frequently is pretty. It's easy to get. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's from another person, whether it's from, you know, a bulk seller, it's accessible. Because they're so saturated that, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of guys that, you know, I can make a quick phone call, they'll get me a size run, and, you know what I'm saying, we keep it moving.
But they keep selling.
But yeah,
They
what do you guys think is the hype about this? And now that I'm thinking about it, like, all right, I grew up like with SBs, Hawaii's, Heineken's, back in the days, right? But for some reason, why had the fucking Pandas stayed so relevant for like over 5 years now?
They're so minimalist, right? They go with any outfit. They go. You can wear them.
Yeah, but they're reselling for double the price.
They are.
Absolutely.
They are.
Sure.
But,
How much?
so is it
$100. Retail's $100.
Her retail's $110 now.
117.
Selling for $280, $290 brand new. 300 brand new.
It depends.
Yeah.
Depends.
Well, if he's buying, it's like 75. Yeah.
No. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, you know, it's like you said, it's versatile, and it's a black and white. Think of the Nike Cortez. You know what I'm saying? Think how big the Nike Cortez is, and what a staple it's made in the community, and how basic it is.
Air Force One.
An Air Force
white
One.
Air Force One low.
So I think the Panda is the Air Force One or the Nike Cortez
of this generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about the high top black Air Forces?
No, are you gonna go kill somebody? So are you going to kill somebody?
Yo, let me tell
you. Are you living in the Bronx?
Let me tell you.
The Bronx.
Yo, black forces are hard to find now, bro.
Yeah, they are, but still.
Black forces are hard to find. Like, it's a flip. Seriously.
Well, you know the fucking the stereotype on that shit.
Oh, yeah.
If you weren't Air Force, like, yo, this nigga's about to murk some nigga. Like, let's get away from him right now.
Yeah,
like,
sir.
But it's funny, though, because this is random, but I remember when white Air Forces used to be hard to get. In high school, when I was in high school, 04, 05.
For me,
I had to hit up my man, like, Nelson. I was like, yo, like, they could drop in this week at Foot Action. Like, let's skip school to go buy them because it's so hard to find. Now everybody has them.
Well, no, forces are still a hard cop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because okay, so you think about the price ranging in
how much do they go for now?
And hype footwear. So
$85.
85.
No, $85.
110.
What are you talking about?
Air Force Ones?
117.
Yo, $85.
Yeah, unless you pulled out the ties.
117.70.
This is how you can tell. Yo, if you're gonna go, you know what? I'm not gonna call you out. I'm not gonna call you out.
Nah,
they're expensive.
That for real? 110?
Yes.
Yo, $85 was like 10 years ago.
Dude, that was like in the 70s, man.
I wasn't even born in the 70s.
They jumped up to 110 maybe at the beginning of the year. Prior to that, had this 6 months prior, and they were $100. And
which is a lot for an Air Force.
I have a client calling me.
Esa es su mujer llamando. Le está diciendo que es un cliente.
It's my client. So they were. I think it was like mid or late 2020. They had jumped up to 100, and with all the the turmoil going on in the world, you know, everything was on back order. Like the world was literally on back order.
Yeah.
So that's another reason, you know, for inflation and things like that. And so when, you know, shipping costs went up, cost of materials went up, Nike increased the shoe within a span of a year, $20 on an Air Force One, which that's significant.
It's a lot, yeah.
They're increasing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
They're increasing the prices, but they're not increasing, you know, the quality is shit.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that a lot of people like. I mean, we're all from pretty much the same generation.
So disappointing.
But like, I think one thing that stopped me from buying sneakers, I think it was around 2012, 13, was that like Jordan, especially Jordan, they just stopped making good quality shoes.
Pandas, they come with waves.
Oh yeah, they come like
glue all over
because they're just thinking about the profits and everybody's buying.
Well, I think they're trying to meet the demand. What Nike's trying to do right now is that they're trying to cut off the middleman, and they're trying to increase the DTC, the direct to consumer, and cut off the middleman because they're losing money. You know what I'm saying? Or at least they're letting everybody else profit off their product. And that's the wave they're going right now. If you guys are noticing, there's Nike stores open up everywhere. There's one opening up. I don't know. It's off 95. I don't know what the area is called, but there's one there. They open another one in Aventura. They open one in Brickell. So they're trying to increase the direct to consumer so that they can cut off the middlemen, like Foot Lockers, like the Champs and things like that. So you're going to see, a year down the line or whatnot, a lot of these major companies like Foot Locker and Champs, you're going to start carrying less and less of these, wanted models. And so what that's going to do for Nike is it's going to increase their sales exponentially, even through a recession, because they're cutting off a middleman.
Yeah, because if you cut off a Foot Locker, Foot Action, any, whatever the fuck, and there's only Nike stores, like you don't have to go to the mall. Like you go, and especially when they have the sneakers app where you can buy shit online.
There's so many ways right now, so many different avenues for you to find to acquire footwear. The problem is that if it's not coming directly from the manufacturer, a lot of people have trust issues. You hear all these things
How do
coming
you authenticate?
out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I bought a pair of sneakers off of StockX or eBay or Go or whatever. Oh, they're not passing. They're not. And so, when you couple that with the poor quality on the shoe, sometimes you can't distinguish. You know what I'm saying? If a shoe's, in the eye of someone that doesn't know, right? They can't authenticate. How do you authenticate? I have clients that come in here and they look at a shoe and they be like, yo, this is a fake because the quality is shit.
The smell.
But I think the fakes are looking better than the actual.
The fakes are so valid right now. I ain't gonna lie. Look,
they're going into details.
I'm gonna say it here. I'm never gonna mention this again. I almost bought, and I never done this in my life, but I almost bought the Dior ones. Because when I saw them from Little Chinita, I'm not gonna shout you out because I'm gonna hold her in the back pocket just in case.
We'll see you on New Year's wearing the Dior ones. For sure.
But them shits, they just look so like China's ODing. Like they're coming out with fakes now that are not like back in the days. Back in the days, you can look at it, you be like, oh, those are like some flea market shit. It's like, they're fake. But now they're just like, yo, you compare them to the sneaker, and you're like,
listen, when you have experts that can differentiate a real shoe from a fake shoe, and they're supposed to be experts, it's a problem. And it's up to people like us who own stores like us to kind of build that faith again, within those that partake in the sneaker community, to allow them that faith to know that they're buying a legitimate product. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like sneakers are so expensive nowadays. So it's really important that, that you know where you're investing your money, because not only are they, they're dope or whatever, you're going to put them on your feet, you're going to rock them or whatever, but they're also an investment. You know what I'm saying?
Sneakers are assets, man.
Yes,
absolutely.
Sneakers are assets.
Absolutely. there's people that can fall. Like, God forbid you get into a situation and you have a couple sneakers, you sell them and that may get you out of a hole. I've done it before.
May pay your rent.
Speaking of, I might.
No, it's true.
I might have to talk to you on the side after something happened on Friday that I don't want to talk about on air. But
and the beauty is that you can always buy them later on.
Yeah, you can buy them back.
Obviously it's gonna come with a price tag, but you can always get them.
Yeah, but to get you out of a situation.
Yes.
Yeah, but think about it. I mean, we've been on what, man? Y'all, let's not talk about age, but
I'm 35, baby. 35.
Most of us are early 30s, right? I mean,
Julie, 42.
I'm 37.
Really?
Yes.
In serio?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Good shit. Respect.
Black don't crack.
Black don't crack, baby. Dominican.
Cocoa
Good
butter.
luck.
She got the cocoa butter.
but I mean, we've been around sneakers hell long. I mean, me and you probably have
20 plus,
been more
20
popular.
plus.
You know what I'm saying? We've been, there's shoes that have been coming out today that they were coming out 20 years ago that we liked. You know what I'm saying? The shoes are never gonna stop coming out, and there's never gonna be a new pair that we're not gonna like,
or that we're not gonna want.
Or that we're not
and
gonna
now as
want.
adults that we got jobs and we got money, we're like, yo, this shit is like, to
Damn.
me, I'm like, I get fucking excited. Like the twos are coming out.
Absolutely.
Remember the twos are coming out?
Yes, sir.
Shout out to you because you got it from me like 2 years ago.
Shout out
But
Worm Tokyo.
Those are not my favorite, so I don't like twos.
Twos?
They're
They're different.
Yeah,
they're
they're
different because
different.
they're so different aesthetically from the Jordan 1 and the Jordan 3.
everything.
from every Jordan.
You know what I'm
honestly,
saying?
from every Jordan.
Yeah. But it's a high top and it's unique because it's the only of its kind.
Yeah.
Damn, I kind of want you to partake in the conversation too.
Will's like, Will's like, y'all got the 2.7s. We're like,
I'm gonna take this off.
I'm like, how much can I resell these for?
Nothing.
She's like, $7. She's like, I'll give you money to not sell them.
yo, here's 20, keep them. Again, 2 years in the game, 2.5 years in the game, plenty of success, and we continue to wish you guys all of this success. But one question that we do have that, we want your honest opinion, just to people of our age, our culture, minorities, just anybody in general that has an idea of starting something, don't know where to start. What would you guys recommend, does have to be a specific amount of things, but let's say 3 things. What are 3 things that you guys would recommend somebody that would want to start a sneaker store, based off of your experience, that you would recommend or suggest to them?
Can we both answer this?
Yeah. This is your show. It's not about. I'm just here for my help.
I'm not saying that opinions are not important, but at that moment, not listening to others, it's important. So just fight through the fear. Don't think too much, because if you think too much, the fear, the what ifs, the oh my God, it's always gonna be there. So just going for it, figuring it out, and having a plan. You need to have the plan. And once you have the plan, you just need to have some trust. You need to fight through the fear, and you'll figure it out.
I keep going. But your main thing you would say is just jump. Like don't, because a lot of people procrastinate. Everybody procrastinates. So let's just be serious.
You figure it out. Life never lets you down. Mm-hmm. You'll figure it out, and if that doesn't work, then something else is gonna work out, or something is gonna come out of it. But it's going to happen. Just push through it.
Yeah. Yeah, you go.
There's a huge delay.
I know. Like, put him a little.
I was like into what she was saying, so I was just kind of thinking about it. My bad. I kind of like fucking.
What would you say, D? What's 3 pointers?
From I would agree wholeheartedly, especially from an emotional perspective. I think that you definitely got to have the trust in yourself, the drive, and the determination. You got to do it. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying that's been going around in Miami a lot lately, and it resonates with anybody in any industry, especially people that are making money. It's scared money don't make no money. Mm-hmm. And so, if you're scared, you know what I'm saying, this isn't the industry for you. You know what I'm saying? The beautiful thing about the sneaker industry is that regardless of whatever the status of the economy is, you can go along. Mm-hmm. People are not going to stop buying sneakers. It's up to you it's up to you to make sure that you're getting the merchandise that the people need or that people want at the correct price, regardless of what the status of the economy is. People are not going to stop wearing sneakers. But people are going to start looking for deals. People are going to start wearing pre-owned. So do your homework and before anything, make sure that what you're selling is something that's going to move. We have a small shop, so we know exactly what we got in there needs to move. And so that goes back to the part of the plan. Make sure you have a plan. Mm-hmm. Make sure you're prepared and you're not scared. And if you don't have, the financial means, there are plenty of motherfuckers out here with money
who
are willing to invest in your business
and buy your idea.
But that's also the scary part. It's scary.
Because then you owe them.
How do you know exactly?
If they buy
either you owe them or so the fear kicks in.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But it goes back to what Donaldo was saying about like just betting on yourself too.
Yes.
Absolutely. And it's, investors are smart. You know what I'm saying? People that are investing is because they have money, and chances are they've invested it before. Mm-hmm. So if they're not going to believe in your product, they're not going to invest in you. And so that's when you have to make sure that you have that ultimate confidence to say, this is the product that I'm going to bring to the table. This is the product that's going to make this money. And this is a product that you're going to invest in, and we're both going to grow mutually. And, once you have that, the rest is going to be history, because once you grow your business, once you grow your product, and once you grow your brand and people start following it, and you take all those necessary steps to make sure that you're, that you within your heart, and most of all, like, make sure that you're doing everything from the heart. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fake shit out there. Social media is a fake world. Everybody out here is just looking for clout or whatever it is. But I truly believe that if what you're doing is from the heart, it's going to work out wholeheartedly.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of lit, so I can't remember what this shit says. All right, so we have a question for you guys. Yes. This is going to be our thing, like towards the end of the podcast, is asking you guys a question. You guys can feel free to answer separately, and yeah. So what's something impactful that you learned in your life that you wish someone had told you before you went through it?
Taxes.
Honestly, that's a great fucking answer.
That's an amazing answer.
I am not financial literate. It's like...
Okay.
My mom taught me how to save and how to, hey, put your $20 aside for a bad day. This isn't that. That I'm good at. I'm good at saving. I'm good at, figuring myself out. But I don't know anything about taxes. I don't know anything about investing. I don't know anything about taking a goddamn risk and say, you know what? We'll put this on a
Turning
card.
into an asset. Turning money into an asset.
Credit. I am 37 years old, and oh my God, I just got a brand new car yesterday for the first time in my life.
What happened to the Jeep?
I got a brand new Jeep.
Another one?
Yes.
Hey, here we go.
But for the first time.
What the hell? Because you got a Jeep, you got to put the womp womp.
He's hating.
Not everybody can drive a Maserati like you, Willie.
No, my bad.
I love my
hit it by
Jeep.
accident. I hit it by accident.
But for the first time, you know, it's like I have a car under my name. I was able to put the down payment without any help. Like, I'm proud of myself.
A great
And you're
feeling.
30 and you're 37.
37.
You see, but that's why
never too late.
we asked that. It's never too late, but that's the problem right there too. Why are we figuring shit out in the 30s?
I know. We're behind.
You know what I mean? Like,
we're behind.
Why are we so behind as minorities?
Well, I hate to prolong this because I know you know.
No, go ahead, bro.
But
It's your
I
show.
think it's very simple. I think it boils down to the generation. I think that
definitely.
we have been, you know, our generation is stuck in a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? Like, our parents didn't teach us the means of having to save money or at least having to invest it or different aspects of how to build your money. But I think that it's going to be our time to shine where we're going to do that for our children and, you know what I'm saying, and those that come after us, because
Your children.
you know what I'm saying? That's your opportunity to say, okay, I'm not going to let my children. But I had a kid walk in the other day,
The 13-year-old.
13-year-old kid, and he said, yo, how much are these sneakers? I said, they're $180. I said, okay, I'm going to go get the card from my dad. I'll be right back. The kid comes back with the Amex, and the Amex is under his name.
He didn't even know.
He's 13 years old, and he had no idea to the moment he found out he was going to buy some sneakers
kids.
that his father was building his credit at 13.
So he already has a credit.
He already has a credit line at 13.
Meanwhile, our parents are using credit in our name.
Yes.
No. Meanwhile, my mom is stealing my social security number
Yes.
because she has my card
Yes.
to open up a store card and fucking rent a center to get some furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our job in this generation to lay the
Oh,
foundation.
you know,
for
I want to.
So, I mean, did you get to answer the question? I don't think you got to answer.
Ask me again, bro. I'm lit too.
Julie got to drive. Julie got to drive y'all back.
This Casamigos is hitting, boy.
That Casamigos.
All right. So the question is, what's something impactful you learned in your life that you wish someone had told you before you went through it?
I mean, I'd have to. I know we touched on.
It doesn't have to be business related. Like it's
It's
it's just in general.
No,
like,
mental health.
oh yes.
Mental health.
Oof.
Mental health. I had to learn the hard way how important mental health is, and there are so many different aspects and circumstances and obstacles and just everyday things that just are coming at you at 100 miles an hour, and you have to figure out how to juggle all this shit at the same fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I have my load on my, like, Berto's right. Like, I'm terrible at texting back, but it's, aside from the fact that I'm not good at it, it's because, yo, I'm constantly doing something, bro. I don't intentionally ignore you. I'm just always busy. Can you imagine if I had kids like Berto? Like, how am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get to a mindset where you can juggle all those things that are coming at you at the same time? Being a minority, you know, not having the means or the resources available to you to help you create your foundation like other families have, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Building shit from
scratch and on your own, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think it's like, going back to it, you know, like, we need to make sure that our mind is clear when we're doing certain things, when we're making business moves, when we're trying to improve ourselves. You know, meditation is such a good thing. I think we need to invest time in ourselves to clear our minds. And I'm sounding like a hypocrite because I don't do it, but I think it's important. And I think that if I knew what I knew today, I would have started a long time ago. Because it's equally as important as anything else. Without mental health, without your mental, like, you ain't getting shit done, bro. Honestly.
Facts.
Take us away.
Big facts. Yeah, my man. Yo, we got it. Yo, I'm replacing you. I'm replacing you.
On cue, baby.
Yo, that shit was on point. That shit was on point.
I'm literally.
He's been looking at that button for an hour. He's like, yo,
I'm the new equipment manager.
I'm gonna wait until the
Motherfuckers,
perfect
right?
time and just
Charging the
drop the
product.
bomb.
I'm literally gonna jump off the balcony.
Yo,
after
I
this
will
show.
work for free tequila, baby. It's all good.
Yo, but I'm gonna take us away, man. Look, listen, this is the first
Set the music off.
episode.
I got you.
This is the first episode of, and guys, we really appreciate the fact that you took the time out. Left Alan in the store. Shout out to Alan one more time. The third partner, Alan, we love you, man. Thank you for holding it down, for having them come over. But listen, guys, episode number 1, season number 3, Rated Miami. I'm not even talking shit. I'm not biased. These are my peoples, but the best sneaker store, customer service, prices, whatever you want, whatever they don't have, they'll find it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all about service. They serve the community. They serve this city. Shout out to Miami. Shout out to Rated Miami.
Amen.
We're gonna drop the link.
Shout out to Prolific.
Shout out to Prolific. You know what I'm saying?
Us too.
But thank you guys for coming.
Thank you
Cheers.
for having us.
Cheers.
I don't have a drink.
It doesn't matter. You can cheers. Cheers.
I'll drink for you.
Yeah, it's tequila. Guys, episode number 1. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
And thank you guys, our guests, for coming through. See you on the next one. Peace.
Appreciate you guys.